Welcome back, fellas, to another day in the NBA. It is Tuesday, April 29th. I almost said March. It's April 29th. Obviously, there's going to be no recap for today's videos. There's probably not going to be many recaps going forward. They're all going to be posted on the Discord and on Twitter, so make sure if you want the recaps, you go get them there. Reason being, there's no recaps on here because I'm filming them before the games are finished. I'm trying to get these plays out to you guys at a decent hour and a decent time and try to get these videos out as fast as possible. So I'm trying to get these plays before the next games even finish up. The game I have seen, though, was the Cavs blowout. We took -7.5 there. Easy cash on that, and we also took the Evan Mobley under on rebounds. We missed on the Donovan Mitchell points when he got 22. He would have easily cashed, but obviously a 40-point blowout. He didn't see any game time past the middle of the third quarter. So that series is over now. We can move on. Anyway, we'll move on to our game slates for today. So we have the Bucks, the Pacers, the Detroit Pistons, the Knicks, the Magic, Celtics, and the Clippers and Nuggets. All of these, outside of the Nuggets and Clippers, are a 3-1 series. I think most of these are going to end. I think the Pacers are going to end. I want the Pistons. I want them to win so bad. And the Magic are probably cooked. But we'll keep it pushing. The Nuggets and Clippers series is going to be electric, I think, until the end. That might go to a Game 7, honestly, and that's super exciting. But with that being said, we did take the Clippers to win the series. Remember that. We did take the Clippers to win the series at like plus 200 some. Anyway, let's waste no time and hop straight into the games. The first game we have is the Pacers and the Bucks. And the plays that we have for this game are going to be Tyrese Halliburton over 4.5 rebounds, Giannis Antetokounmpo over 12.5 rebounds, and Indy -7.5. I think, obviously, there is no more Damian Lillard. Again, wish him the best. Pray for him as he tore his Achilles as a 35-year-old small guard. His career is most likely over, at least at any high of a level. With that being said, Giannis in elimination games has absolutely crushed over 12.5 rebounds. His past 4 elimination games have been 20, 20, 13, and 17 rebounds. So he's obviously getting after the boards very actively. He's trying to do his best to win the games. He's going to go out there. He's probably going to drop 37, 20, and 7, and they're still going to lose by 10. That's kind of where I see this game going. The supporting cast they gave Giannis, why they brought in Kyle Kuzma, why they made the moves they did, why they got rid of Chris Middleton, I have no idea. I truly have no idea. It's clearly not a good fit. Giannis has struggled without Dame. I think this is just the final hurrah for Giannis. And we don't know where he's going to go. I don't think he's going to stay in Milwaukee Buck, but I also don't think he's going to win the series. And we're going to take Indianapolis -7.5 there, Indiana, excuse me. We're also going to take Tyrese Halliburton over 5.5 rebounds. I really like this line. He's hit over on this line in every single game so far in this series. And he's been averaging 7 rebounds a game. Not only that, he's averaging almost 10 rebound chances per game, 9.2 to be exact. So crazy volume. He's also crashing down low with Giannis and Lopez obviously being the bigs there to help out. But not only helping out, he's also getting the ball in transition. They've almost doubled their pace compared to the regular season. Not doubled, actually. That would be actually insane. Per possession, they've been cooking and trying to push the ball very fast up the court. And right now, Tyrese has been kind of the focal point of that. Grab the ball and go. Grab the ball and go. Grab the ball and go. They're trying to get in transition early to get these easy points. They don't want to let the Bucks set up their defense. Obviously, they have one of the best defenses in all of the NBA. They're not trying to let him set him up. So, obviously, they're going to push transition, which is going to be Tyrese Halliburton rebounds. The next game we have is going to be the Pistons +6.5. Cade Cunningham, 9.5 assists. Brunson over 29.5 points. Listen, the Pistons and the Knicks have had close games in every single game outside of game 1. Every other game has been within 7 points, within 8 points. So these games are going to be close. I think this one's going to be another photo finish. The last game they lost was absolute bullshit. That was a clear, blatant foul. I think the Pistons are going to have a chip on their shoulder. I don't think they're going to just roll over. This team is very young and very feisty. I think the Pistons come in here +6.5 feels like a great spot to get them at. And I think they can easily stick within that and keep this game very close. So going off the plays that we have, Cade over 9.5 assists. This is +110. By the way, his double-double, -145. So clearly there's a discrepancy there. And his rebounds are at 7.5. So I don't think it's going to be through the boards, right? Obviously, if that was 6.5, we would take it again, as we've been for the past 2 times. But Cade, again, seeing 20 potential assists outside of his outlier game where he had 3 assists and only like 11 potentials in that one in one of those games earlier. Really weird game where the Pistons just shot like absolute dog shit. But again, the Knicks are trying to force the ball out of his hands in multitude of different ways, but it's leaving a lot of the corners and cutters open. He's seeing a very high success rate on his potential assists, which has been awesome to see. Obviously, a high conversion rate. He's also seen insane minutes, almost double the minutes on a per. Excuse me. He's seeing almost 39 minutes, which is just insane. He's probably going to see 40 tonight. He's going to keep seeing those high minute games. So I expect him to have a high volume, high minute game. Plus 110 feels like elite value. I love this spot. Then we have Brunson over 29.5 points for plus 100. I really like this for Brunson. You can take it for 20.5 for a good amount of juice. I'm not going to do that. I like the plus 100 at 29.5. I think he's going to drop 30. He's dropped 30 in every single game so far, seeing elite volume, 23.4 field goal attempts per game, 8.6 free throw attempts per game. So again, that volume is insane, and he's going to keep seeing that, right? Detroit is trying to do their best to guard him, but he's an elite foul baiter, and he's doing everything he can. As Detroit in the past 15 games allows the second most and third most points of the pick and roll ball handler and to free throws allowed. So again, that's the 2 top ways that he scores. That makes up 50% of Brunson's shots. This is a matchup for Brunson. I think Brunson is going to keep cooking. This is one of those matchups where he's going to have the ball the entire game, going to control the clock, going to see a high usage, as he's seen over 32% usage in each game. That's only going to keep going up and up and up. I think Brunson's going to see a pretty big game here with a ton of minutes to try to close out and win in 5. The next game we have is going to be the Clippers, and I'm going to take them minus 1.5 here against the Nuggets. Jokic going under 12.5 rebounds, bear with me, and Kawhi to go over 25.5 points. I like the Clippers to win this game. I think they're just the better team. They got absolutely hoed at the end of last game on a heave shot by Jokic, getting rebounded in and put back with literally 0.0 seconds left on the clock for Aaron Gordon to win the ball game. I think the Clippers are just the better team, though. I'm going to bet on them almost every time. I think they're going to end up winning this series. Minus 1.5 feels like a really good spot for them. Pairing with that, we like Kawhi Leonard over 25.5 points. I like Kawhi to keep cooking, right? He obviously had 26. He's been floating around the 26-point line almost every single game in this series, and he's averaging 17.8 field goal attempts per game, along with 4 free throw attempts per game. So he's seeing plenty of volume, and he's playing 39+ minutes a night right now. And in games where he plays 39+ minutes, he averages 20 field goal attempts and 27 points per game. He had a game earlier in the series where he dropped 39. I think we're going to see something very similar to that, as this is a big game. If you win in Game 5 and make the series 3-2 going into Game 6, that is a very big momentum swing, because then you could just finish it off and win in 6, no problem. I think Kawhi's going to probably go off tonight. They're having a hard time trying to throw doubles at him because he's just able to dish the rock off, and then Zubac's been eating. I think Kawhi's going to see some more open looks today. Obviously, they're not going to allow as many points inside as they have in the past 2 games, so I think Kawhi's going to see a pretty big game there. They allowed the second most points to spot-up shots in the past 15 games, where Kawhi shoots 19% of his points there. So again, great matchup. I think Kawhi's able to cook tonight. Then I have Jokic under 12.5 rebounds. You're going to be like, gut, he just had like 21. Why the fuck would we do that with 35 rebound chances? I don't see him having 35 rebound chances again. That clearly is an outlier of a game. That's not going to happen every time. In every single home game versus the Clippers this season, he's 0-for-4 on this line, averaging 16.2 rebound chances per game and not even eclipsing 10 rebounds. He's not probably going to eclipse 10 rebounds tonight. Zubac has been one of the best back-to-basket bigs against him. Not only that, but he had 5 offensive rebounds in last game. To compare that to the rest of the series, he had 4 total the rest of the series offensive rebounds. So I think this going his way again feels very slim to none. Everybody's going to be on the over because, he just had a crazy, crazy game. I like the under in this game for that exact reason. He's not going to have the easy putbacks. He's not going to have the offensive rebounds. Zubac's going to play him better down low. At home, he struggled. So I think this is going to be an easy under there. I don't have any plays for the Clippers game. I think it's going to be a blowout. If not, they're just looking like a bad team. Obviously, Orlando, you could take a Paolo line, and I would never complain about it. Paolo's a good spot. Any of these teams, you could pick any of the players on the Magic, you could probably take an over on just because they're going to play their heart out. But I don't think it's going to matter. I think Boston wins. Maybe I'll take -11 Boston, but they haven't been playing good enough to really make me believe in that. Maybe the Magic can keep it close, but it's just so back and forth in this series. I don't really like betting on it, so I'm probably going to stay away from that game specifically, but the other 3 games, obviously, we have a lot of action on. Let me know what you guys are taking in the comments below. Make sure to like, subscribe, all sort of fun shit down below as is the best way to support the channel, and make sure to tune into tomorrow's video, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace!